Welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Slay the Princess. Um, it's a horror game not intended for all audiences. Slay the Princess contains flickering images and affects health problems. Right. I've been asked to go into this game as blind as possible, and I have. I'm not even sure. Oh, this is a love story. The horrors you may find in these dark spaces have heart and see them through. There's no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. You are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Okay. Let's see. Skip. Nothing. Quick visibility. Blinking. CCTV. CTC. Oil effect. Okay. Any of these are a problem, I'll change them. Change the music. Make that go down a bit. Oh, there's voices, huh? I didn't even think there would be. Let me turn this up a little more. Okay. Subtitle language should be English. Let's give this a go. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh no, we better get on that. Alright. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she is dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And
Gotcha.
before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Gotcha. Oh, I can control the camera a bit with the controller.
And yes, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Okay. Alright. The end of the world, what are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Okay. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Harsh. Okay. Do I get some kind of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll go talk to Kevin, talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
And I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But, a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, She could easily trap you in her web of lies, and the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
Okay.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
There's got to be more to it than
You make
just...
your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slave them.
So I am like a hero. I'm not like a monster or something.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of the rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Yeah, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna kill her right away.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I haven't decided yet. Well, I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
I'm gonna hold on to the knife.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'll tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
Oh, look at her pretty eyes.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You're not making a compelling case to keep you alive, lady.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Squint at the princess while holding the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Squint even harder at the princess.
Squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now.
This
You're
is
going
true.
to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have to blink.
Let's script.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck.
Oh,
Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
okay. Finish the job.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
I would hope so.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, well, that was a short game. Oh, Chapter 2, The Razor.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. Hasn't this already happened? I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Right, but I
If
was
he doesn't
dead.
remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I guess.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just
This
going
is
to
shit.
pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again. Stabbed to death? And you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
That's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death. Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
At least this time, if I know that, I can block. Alright, let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
No, it happened because I listened to
We
you.
did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I should be held accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right.
Okay, then let's
And I
try it
believe
again.
The other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
That's a good question.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should do what we can to save ourselves and just get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, But you do realize that everything and everyone includes you, right? If you turn around and leave, you're doing yourself as well as everyone else. She just caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So as long as we're careful, we can win this.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Just keep that stiff upper lip. You'll save the world in no time at all.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. It couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Unless she remembers everything and she does something different. But I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
This is different.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been there. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
Uh-huh.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
What about the mirror?
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
Okay.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
Okay. Push the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Okay.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and
Oh, I am a
your hand
monster.
against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look like. It was there a second ago. Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
Me too. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Yes.
Feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her earn for what she's done to us. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favour. That's right, scraping. I told you she has something, I told you. That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time. As you descend the final step,
This room is
the
different
form of
too.
the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
I don't want to let her know that I know she had a knife. Well, there's a lot of choices. Screw it, slay the princess.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room. Okay, she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second. But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Who's me? Not ours, right? Hers at first, then yours.
Hee hee.
How? What did she even hit us with? You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you.
Alright, she didn't have that last time.
And then the red, angry split
Oh.
on the flesh of her thigh.
Okay.
Where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago. It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
You're going to die now.
Yeah, I noticed.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Good to know. Can I have something besides a knife? The arms race.
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
What is with these woods, though?
What? I feel
Oops.
dizzy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now?
Let me see what I missed. Interior cabinet, sharp, a contrasting mess of curved and battered metal, sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to fight.
Alright, now I got the voice of the hunted.
Good. It's better.
And the stubborn.
Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning. Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third?
Third that we can
No
remember.
wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes, and an entire world is down to destruction, right?
Why didn't you tell me that the first time?
Can't be right, that's too much responsibility. Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better. Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp. That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. We will win eventually. Hell, we might even win now.
Yeah. That's good. That's the spirit.
That's a fighting spirit I like to see. We could all learn a thing or two from this one. I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it. If it's in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Alright, approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it.
Uh-huh.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess.
Alright.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
So there's got to be something going on with that mirror.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before. I care about it even less now.
Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Huh.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
True.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal
Jesus
opening
Christ.
is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have to stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let it ourselves feel it. No. She's killing us, right? So let's beat her to it.
No, that's a terrible idea.
A win's a win.
Screw it, we've already died twice. What's the third? A third is a third. It's bad.
Who cares?
Oh, that's not what I meant.
You raise your blade above your head.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, this is new. What are you going to do? Are you really going to stab yourself? Neat.
Then you kill yourself.
Ow. Are we still here? Can we not actually off ourselves? Boo! Huh, that didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought.
Voice of the contrarian.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? We'd know if we died. Right?
Your Honor? No, you know.
Where the hell are we?
Don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead.
We're about to be.
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Well, I love that I'm entertaining you, lady.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances.
Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point
Let's
where it
not.
makes us better than her. We don't need any other voices chattering about it here. It'll just confuse us. All we need is to keep fighting. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
Who cares about getting better than her? Let's do something weird. Like, really, really weird.
I might throw her off.
Come on, show me something new.
Okay. Going to appeal to her authority. Unconditionally surrender. Flirt her. Let's try flirting with her. Doesn't work if she kills you again and again and again and again. Your memory blurs, your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of conflict that inspires.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a capable woman.
Voice of the smitten.
She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. What's the point? It's all the same.
Oh, that's not good.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. Just panic. Flee.
She's getting more and more messed up as we go along. Look at her teeth.
She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. Okay, let's go again. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
And now the narrator's getting
Ooh,
upset.
not bad. Real tough.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. None of this is working. Think.
Well, it didn't help that we killed her once and that didn't stop anything.
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 4, Mutually Assured Destruction.
Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we're...
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Woohoo! What if? Throw it out the window. Over my dead body.
Yeah, let's not do that.
That won't be very hard. You've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
I bet you don't, broken voice.
Besides, what better way to die so very many times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Yes.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
Yeah, they're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
Yeah.
There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them. Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
Yeah.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to be.
Yeah.
Fine, you make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
Uh-huh.
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Of course.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now?
Get an attitude, huh?
Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin bursts,
Oh, God.
splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls.
Jesus.
All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
Yeah, exactly.
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine. Yes, behold the perfect woman.
Yes, she's so cuddleable.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Well, we can go for that heart.
Painful. How is she still alive?
How is she still alive? What is she?
Heart's still beating, that's all she needs.
Apparently.
This is fake. This is all fake. That's all. Just made up.
I mean, it is a video game, but
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her with it? This is all just a silly joke. I hate existing.
yeah.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Empty your mind.
What just happened? It's so quiet.
Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through your inaction, your body moves on its own. Princess strikes as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There's only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into the play, the faster your hearts pound, faster the momentum volleys between you. Endless building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away and left something else in her place. I knew that mirror meant something. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze at your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. Is there a cabin? You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Celes. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Mm-hmm. Well, were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Alright? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Uh-huh.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Okay. Aren't you scared I'll find a way to kill you?
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Alright. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Oh, thanks.
I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay. I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
Okay. Let it be. Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You will.
Everything goes dark and you die. Alright. Piercing heart of the cage of iron.
You're on a path in the woods.
The real slay the
And
princess
at the end
starts
of that
here.
path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright. So we're gonna call it here, since we went through an entire cycle. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like, share, comment, subscribe. It always helps me out. And as always, have a good day and take care.